He's reading factual information about my sexual indiscretions? No, that's snark posting.
Like, it's all just old recycled shit. It's not like I'm trying to be a fucking politician or some shit.
Why did Destiny say he was cutting out drama? Wasn't it literally to do like the New York DGG thing with Pisco, to interview Democrats to become a more stable and contributing political voice?
WillyMac decides to run and make a video like 2 hours after DMing me.
JSTLK, oh, how do we spell it? JSTLK, it's like a secret language, it's JSTLK.
Okay, first thing is going to be boring as fuck, all right? Okay. I don't know why. I do know why. WillyMac decides to run and make a video like 2 hours after DMing me. Now I understand. I get it.
I don't know why WillyMac runs to make a video 2 hours after DMing me. Simultaneously, he realizes he's been like... he realizes the impression people have of him and what the narrative is about him, right? And you are literally confessing to crimes in DMs with him. I'm sorry. Like, dude, can we just process how mind raped he must have thought he had Willy? Like, he must have thought Willy is totally my puppet in every single way. He is sitting here and going, man, all I did was tell Willy that I had, like, CSAM on my computer and send him screenshots of the same purported CSAM, and he, like, went to the cops and made a video about it. Can you guys believe that? Isn't that gross? Can you imagine? Dude, he actually thought he had Willy that on puppet strings. That's crazy.
Get it. Okay. We have to do the Destiny bad because it's too much heat from other people, which, listen, I get. It's a lot of heat online, okay? That's fine. I get it. I understand it. And Ethan, obviously, with this whole, I noticed all the comments on the video where people were like, wow, I noticed that the crew was like very giddy and excited and happy this episode when it seems like they're usually very sullen and they don't say anything, because anytime Ethan is criticizing his son, all of them are in the sunken place behind their desks. But when it was me, oh, they're so excited to...
Destiny being perpetually confused about why people don't like him will never not be funny to me, right? Like, he's just totally inhuman. He doesn't have human emotion, human feelings. And he's just like, why do people just don't like me? These people just, like, were so happy to try to talk shit about me. And why is everybody always so happy when I'm in trouble? Why does everybody dislike me? He just it does not hit at all for him that he just doesn't act like a person. He doesn't act like a human. He's just a complete piece of shit. And people like watching pieces of shit get their comeuppance. That's a universal human delight, okay? Somebody who's a total piece of shit getting their comeuppance? Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's down for that. I don't know what you're confused about.
Repost or retweet or retread whatever stuff pops up online. So the thing is, you know what, actually? This guy said it best. Hold on.
Oh, that might be true watching you back, that they like taking out Vosh. Could be true.
Answer here. I'm trying to meet your request of giving non-stop defense because your baby ass can't defend yourself. Keemstar will make insane accusations, groundless accusations, and then he expects you to defend yourself. In fact, he likes it if you'll come on his show and defend himself. That's how his operation works. And so he goes, oh, well, he didn't say anything in his defense, so he must be guilty. Have you ever lied to anyone on YouTube? What are you, the fucking FBI? I don't have to...
I'm not going to play this game of every single time some insane person releases some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever, that I'm going to come and run through all these communities and try to give some crazy explanation for whatever else. Because one, the only thing that's happening is I see that every single thing I possibly say gets either misconstrued or drawn out to the most absurd reality possible, to where Nicholas Oreo Cakes or whatever is saying that I'm threatening Willy's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent, which, because I have to...
I'm back. I'm back. Right now I'm back. Okay. We gotta roll it actually all the way back. I'm sorry, it's just too dense right off the bat. Dude, what is this? What is this clip he plays as if this means anything? Why is he pretending that like the allegations against him are like something from Keemstar? Why is he pretending that's even close?
non-stop defense because your baby ass can't defend yourself. Keemstar will make insane accusations, groundless accusations, and then he expects you to defend yourself. In fact, he likes it if you'll come on his show and defend himself. That's how his operation works. And so he goes, oh, well, he didn't say anything in his defense, so he must be guilty. Have you ever lied to anyone on YouTube? What are you, the fucking FBI? I don't have to.
I'm not going to play this game of every single time some insane person releases some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever that I'm going to.
Some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever. All right? The random screenshot was random piece of paper. That doesn't really apply to anything. There's a litany of information that proved, okay, via tying this person's identity to tying this person's face to an identity, and then using a government database that proved that the person Destiny was sexting was a minor when he was sexting them. It's not random, and it is new information. So he goes with two primary narratives here from what I've seen. One is that all of this is just dragging things up that happened in 2022. Oh, we've dealt with all this drama already. This is us, this is my haters dragging something up from 2022 that doesn't make any sense. Everybody knew this. We saw Connor test this one out. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. Obviously, there's a bunch of brand new information here. That makes no sense to say. And the other one is, what else does he say? The other one's the snarker narrative. Oh, this is just like snark. This is snark. You can't trust this. This is from Kiwi Farms. This is snark stuff, okay? He's trying to do these two. Oh, and then that the only reason Willy and Ethan are doing this is because they're virtue signaling because they're scared of the snark communities. He's trying to portray Ethan as a hypocrite because Ethan is the same as Keemstar. Keemstar repeats rumors, so people come to him to defend himself. Yeah. I realize what he's trying to do, but the thing is, Keemstar has a reputation for like going with salacious rumors. This in itself, or Ethan even does. This might be a valid comparison, okay? But not in this case. Not in this case. It's absolutely not a valid comparison in this case. Not even close.
I'm going to come and run through all these communities and try to give some crazy explanation for whatever else. Because one, the only thing that's happening is I see that every single thing I possibly say gets either misconstrued or drawn out to the most absurd reality possible to where Nicholas Oreo cakes or whatever.
See, this is... I don't even have that much hate for Nick on this now that I think about it. Because, like, obviously they're going to use something. And Nick just happened to be the person who got the most soy, okay? Yeah, Oreo cakes isn't funny, I know. See, what Destiny's trying to do there is he thinks that when he humegalulls somebody, that it matters. Unfortunately for him, the humegalulling thing only works when people give any amount of a fuck about your opinion or think you have a solid reputation, when they think you're somebody to be respected and who they seek the respect of. After all of this stuff has come out, I don't think anybody's like that. So when he humegalulls somebody, they probably just go like, oh, I'd probably feel better that you don't know me, actually. I'd like literally rather you don't know who I am. That would actually be better. I'd prefer not to. Aren't you like the doxing, degenerate, like pedophile community? I don't really want to be a part of that. If you could just leave me out, if you could pretend you don't know me, that'd be good. So what he should do here is he has the reputation. He has reputation roughly in line with somebody like Ethan Ralph. He should just do what Ethan Ralph would do, right? Just totally go unhinged on Nicholas. Just start calling him fat. Start calling him all kinds of names, right? That's what you should do here. That's who you are now. That's your reputation. You have you have a totally torched reputation. It is at -20, okay, out of 10. You can't just attack this guy. You can't go, oh, I don't know who you are. Yeah, nobody cares. Okay, but this is him. It hasn't set in yet that like nobody respects him. He's lost everything. Just hasn't set in for him. He still thinks that he can go, oh, who is this? I don't even know who this is. Nope, can't do that anymore.
Is saying that I'm threatening Willy's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent, which, because I have to clarify, was a joke, okay? I was indeed joking. I'm sorry for that joke. To the best of my knowledge, okay, I can't say 100%, but to the best of my knowledge, Willy's wife is not a Mossad agent, okay? Number one. And number two.
So really, the only thing we're waiting for here is him to respond to, did you DM a 17-year-old? How good is the evidence? What is your characterization of the evidence that she is that is the 17-year-old? And did you send artifacts of the child sexual abuse materials, or whatever it would be here? Did you send artifacts of that to a group chat to try to find this person? Did you propagate this information after being told by the producer of this information, according to you, that it was CSAM? These are the questions that we should be asking. These are the questions everybody needs to ask so that Destiny feels pressured to answer them. Yes. Did you send artifacts of this child sexual abuse materials to a group chat?
It feeds the content network for all of these people who just make content out of them all by responses basically no matter what I say. Okay. I was hoping that I guess Ethan wouldn't have his destiny. I know that he's like been hungry to like kind of show some disavowal of me, because every time him and Hassan fight, Hassan like uses me as some attack vector to go after Ethan, which is weird because I mean, at least it should be proven today. I have traded a total of 2 messages with Ethan in my.
Again, the total incredulity here that he just doesn't understand that Dan is clearly closely aligned with Ethan, clearly talks to Ethan a lot, clearly closely aligned with you, clearly talks to you a lot. That is the bridge that connects those two communities, right? He just acts like he has no idea. And he does this while simultaneously saying, with no evidence, that my community is connected to Kiwi Farms, that Chud's community is connected to Kiwi Farms, right? That Queeman's community is connected to Kiwi Farms. So he'll do those connections, but he can't, in his mind, even remotely acknowledge that people would think, oh, that Dan bridge is what connects those communities.
My entire life. I've said this before. I think it was like, I don't even know when. It was after October 7th when Hassan's chat was like spamming insane shit. And I went over it on stream, and I think Ethan DM'd me and he asked me, he was like, wait, where did you get the chat message from? And I told him. I think this might be 2 years ago. Yeah, these are so, but I think Ethan is like so desperate to get away from the Destiny controls me narrative that he decides to do his little unhinged bullshit on a stream. Yeah, I'm going back to where I was before.
Unhinged bullshit.
Which is, I'll wait until my court case is over. I'll go over filings as they come out. But
we've got a Nick response to the Destiny clip. Hold on.
I'm going to play this game of every single time some insane person releases some random screenshot or piece of paper or whatever, that I'm going to come and run through all these communities and try to give some crazy explanation for whatever else. Because
let me predict. Bro, the crazy thing here is proof that you got CSAM. You had CSAM on your hard drive. Like, dude, you just had CSAM. There's no way you could possess CSAM. I think that's all it's going to be, okay?
The only thing that's happening is I see that every single thing I possibly say gets either misconstrued or drawn out to the most absurd reality possible.
I absolutely hate when this happens. I totally agree with him. It happens all the time. Like, somebody will go and take a tweet, for example, and hop on stream and just completely lie about the context to their entire fucking audience, and thousands of people think that you said something that you didn't say.
Nicholas Oreo Cakes or whatever is saying that I'm threatening Willy's wife because I said she was a Mossad agent, which, because I have to clarify, was a joke.
Mr. Oreo Cakes.
It was such a good joke. Also, I literally never fucking said that. I said that you are targeting Willy's wife, which is exactly what you're doing, because you're mad that Willy reported you to the police because you told him you had alleged child porn.
I mean, it's somewhere in the middle there, right? Targeting Willy's wife is technically correct, but the whole thing is if I said, oh, Willy's wife is, I don't want to talk about Willy's wife. I'm technically, or not quite that. Hold on. If I said Willy's wife is like an ugly woman, would that be like, fuck, that's not even a joke. Dude, I'm not on the money right now. Hold on. There's something here. It's a joke. Saying targeting implies like some super big harm there, and I've watched when Destiny targets people. There's not like a lie he's really fueling here. This is him joking, okay? Hold on. We'll lock in. It's not like a lie. He's not like maliciously lying here. He's not doing creative writing on Willy's wife. This is like a joke leading into some other jokes. I just don't think it's even close.
Porn on your computer. Then you jumped into your chat and you started talking shit about everybody, and one of the things you included was talking about WillyMacShow's wife. And then, after all that was said and done, you responded to me, and for some reason just didn't answer when I asked you about all that alleged CSAM material on your computer, so I figured this is like a better opportunity to ask you about it. Maybe you'll see this one.
Yeah, well, that's a good response from Nick. I tend to feel like Nick's response was soy. Wife is completely unrelated. And Destiny mentions her because he knows she got doxxed. Willy did public content announcing that his wife got doxxed. No? You can say this. Did Willy not do public content announcing that his wife was doxxed? And does that not put that now into the public domain? But that's why, no, Destiny mentions her because the memes that were upsetting Willy was basically the IDF thing. This is the exact same thing as the Hassan thing, right? In the other direction. It's like he's throwing it out there because it's a dig at the guy. It's not like targeting him in like an insane way. It's not going insane. It's not putting somebody at risk, right? He's not like lying maliciously about them. I see it as the same thing in the opposite direction, but I don't know. Maybe that's crazy. There are people already making that dumb Mossad joke. Ah, I made that joke about Nicholas. I said, do we know if Nicholas has a Jewish girlfriend? Have we seen this? Israeli girlfriend for Nicholas? Yes, no? Yes, no? It's just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a meme. You don't have to get too upset about it, guys, okay? It's just a joke. That's all. That's it, that's all. Thank you for linking the Nicholas response, though. Appreciate it.
I realized, well, I didn't know that Willie would make a video with him crying into the...
Hold on. So Willie's wife was doxxed, harassed, and smeared, and now that Destiny is slighted by Willie, it's okay to slander her. No? I don't believe that's slander. So hold on. For it to be slander, you would have to believe that you think Destiny believes that, or is trying to write that story. You would have to believe that that's not sarcastic. Do you believe that, really, soy guy, or are you just living up to your name? Do you believe that Destiny is actually saying that Willie's wife is a Mossad agent that he met and was offered to him in Israel? You really believe that? I'm just curious if you really believe that. I don't know. I don't like soying about jokes, okay? It just makes you it just slows you down. That's all. Just slows you down.
Camera of like, oh, this is 911. Record. I can talk about more of this when my...
Oh, dude, it like killed Willie to report Destiny, didn't it? Willie looked so fucking depressed making that phone call. That was like the worst day of his life, okay? Easily the worst day of his life.
Bullshit ass case is over, which is hopefully soon, but who knows?
Yeah, see, this is the exact same thing, Will from Texas, that people argued about Hassan, and they're both equally retarded. I'm gonna call both of them out, okay? Don't take obvious jokes, obvious things that basically nobody could interpret as a call to violence. Destiny literally just says this person should be killed when he wants to do a call to violence, okay? He just goes, that person should be killed. That person, totally justified to go after that person now. Why are we acting like this is anything close to him actually wanting violence done to someone? It's insane. Just look at it objectively, okay? Don't get too blinded, don't get too clouded, okay?
Whenever stuff gets read, oh, now we've moved to the whatever, like 17, 18. Here's the thing, okay? When it comes to ages for hooking up...
No. What? Okay, I'm trying to be chill about this reaction because I have a feeling that this whole stream is just set up to get like soy reactions out of people. Destiny's got a couple different tactics for like changing public narrative. One of them is he will say things that like rage bait and he wants you to soy out about them, okay? I suspect that is a tactic he will employ today. And what he just did here is he is accused of having CSAM on his computer, of spreading artifacts of that CSAM to multiple people. And what he's going to actually talk about is age of consent arguments. There's no way, right? There's no way that Destiny would go through here and say, I'm just going to argue about like what the age of consent. No shot, right? No shot. No shot. But I'm not going to soy about it too much because obviously he's just looking to get reactions out of people. Let's see the Ethan story here. Destiny fans, here's the issue. You say nobody knows for sure if she was 17 when the nudes were exchanged. The fact that Destiny has even put himself in the position to receive naked photos of a minor, even inadvertently, is a massive problem. This man clearly exploits his vulnerable fans for sexual gratification. He was 33 at the time and she was 17/18. How can anyone defend this? I don't know if Rose was a fan when they met. I think she started watching, clearly. I don't know for sure if she was a fan or not. I'm actually not sure, but we'll keep watching. With
people in general. I feel like you can play this game.
Hold on, let me pull it back.
Here's the thing, okay? When it comes to ages for hooking up with people in general, I feel like you can play this game, like regardless of how far you want to go. 18 and older is an adult in the United States. If people are like, oh, you should wait until they're 21, then I feel like it would just move to 21 and older. Like, oh, why are you hooking up with a 21-year-old? Or why are you hooking up with a 23-year-old? Like, listen.
Age is just a number, guys. Age is just a number. Don't forget, age is just a number. It doesn't really mean anything, right? If it was 21, they'd be mad at me for hooking up with somebody who was 21 or 20. If the age of consent was 21, people would be mad at me for hooking up with somebody who was 20. And wouldn't that be silly? Yeah, I know that's not at all what happened here, and I'm creating a hypothetical where I might not be quite as bad a person, but, you know, imagine the age of consent was way higher than it is, and then I fucked a 20-year-old, or I tried to exchange nudes with a 20-year-old. Guys?
If you're an adult, I don't know what the point is of moving the bar on this. If you think that, like, 18 years old is like a horrible age of people to hook up, then maybe we can make like tax brackets for for hookup consent. But I don't know.
Just to be clear, this is you trading. He's just totally blurring the lines here, right? The allegation is after you had reason to believe, you had some suspicion that she was a minor, you then shared artifacts from the CSAM she sent you, from the potential CSAM she sent you, that you shared with other people in order to try to find her. I think Ethan's really fucking up the criticism here, but that's what Ethan does. We won't let that throw us off too much, okay? Ethan constantly does like bad research. He fucks things up. This is what he does, okay? That's a classic Ethan thing to do. All right? CSAM she sent? Yeah, oh, she-sham she shan't. Yes. Ha 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 ha. You considered being an interrogator? No, I've not. But he's just he's just slowly like trying to blur the lines on all of this, right? Oh, they're basically like she was basically 18 and man, like is that even where the line should be? And it's not a useful exercise. And why do we have to come up with hypotheticals? Let's just like you can do hypotheticals all the time. But why in this situation where we have concrete facts are we doing hypotheticals? Why not just address the situation as it is? Why do a hypothetical about anything else? There's just no reason, no need. We don't need a hypothetical here. You're not driving home a different point. You're just obfuscating from the point that you don't want to deal with.
No, like it's just funny to see the bar moving on this. I don't care. Whatever. Listen, I'll say what I said before. Okay, whatever you've read about me online or whatever you want to post about me, it's true and worse. Okay, all of it is true and worse.
We're doing the Giga Chad through spreading CSAM allegations. Okay, that's what we're doing now. We're doing the Giga Chad through that. Very interesting. Guys, everything you've heard about me is it's true and worse. Plays the Mr. Girl song, the I Am a Pedophile song to start it off, right? We're just gonna I don't know, man. This is the one thing I never see work on the internet, okay? Maybe Destiny's the first guy that will ever pull this off, all right? Trying to Giga Chad your way through and own the pedo allegations? I've never seen it work. I've never seen it not burn somebody horribly, okay? Everybody who's attempted it has gotten totally destroyed, totally torn apart over it. But he has decided that he's that guy, okay? At the lowest point in his career, when everybody around him is left, this is the point where he is now going to own the pedophile allegations totally and come out the winner. I don't know. Anybody got bets? Anybody got bets on whether that's going to work or not?
Worse, okay? The feds are coming. The cases are mounting. The Mossad and the KGB are tracking, okay? They will be here one day.
Hold on. This is just Lou guy in chat. It's so transparent, isn't it? Isn't it transparent? Only logs he sent in the channel. I mean, people are already over this, to be honest. Nobody's talking about it already. Do people really not read this as a joke? I mean, come on. I think it has worked. It's been a day, and it looks like everyone has stopped caring already. I don't know. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. All right. It's very, very funny. Am I wrong? I don't think most people have talked about it yet. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about this for a while. Destiny must be fucking praying that a bigger YouTuber doesn't make a video. Oh, videos are coming. Neosick, videos are coming, okay? It's crazy that people are like, oh, I don't know if there's going to be, I don't know if people are really caring about this or talking about it. No, videos are coming. Oh, this is what he means. Hold on. I'm looking at LSF and nobody is talking about it. That's how I see this. If it was Hassan, there would be a million posts. Yes, the place that's totally astroturfed in favor of Destiny, nobody's talking about it there? Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I can't believe there's nobody talking about it in the place that's totally astroturfed in favor of Destiny. That's crazy. That is crazy, though. That is crazy. Anyway, I'm going to leave that guy here. He can continue to do his little bit. I just had to look at it. Whenever I see a comment that seems like out of line with what everybody understands, I just click on it and I'm like, I wonder if there's just, it's a clear DGGer. And I think as we go through this, we'll see that this is the goal of Destiny, right? He's trying to arm his audience to go and start saying that this is all lies everywhere, right? Just totally say this is like a total lie. And then as soon as you get proof, you probably just dip out of the conversation. Yep. Guys, isn't this like totally made up by like snark communities and like Kiwi farms? And why would you take this seriously? Guys, look at where the information came from. Please just, the first thing you should know when you're looking at any information, okay, is to look at the source of the information.
Screaming for 16 years, but this is the last one, okay? The walls are closing in this time. For real, for real, for real, okay? They're closing in. I swear to God they are, all right? I've never been more on edge and afraid.
Oh, yeah, Faithless Follower, obviously he's responding to last night when we're memeing about this, right? I mean, listen, maybe every legal professional is wrong. Maybe he's just only doing what was legal, okay? What was legally his right, all right? Maybe he is a white hat pedophile working with the cops. It's hard to say, man. It's really difficult to say. Isn't it? Does anyone ever even care anymore? I don't even see any r/Destiny posts about this.
Of the walls closing in, as I am right now, okay? Seems like you have an actual case of defamation from Ethan, no? Maybe, maybe not. The thing is, lawsuits suck. They're expensive. It's annoying. I don't even know if it's worth it. And I just don't care that much. Because you know what? We just keep on rolling, okay?
We should keep on rolling, guys. The lawsuits. Wait, lawsuits? Wait, are there more lawsuits? Wait, what?
I don't even know if it's worth it.
Wait, I thought, hold on. Actually, wait. I thought the whole reason he didn't want to sue people for defamation was because they didn't have any money. Ethan's got lots of money. Doesn't Ethan have lots of money? Wouldn't this be defamation per se? He's accused you of a crime? Would this not be defamation per se? If none of this is true, then it seems like a pretty obvious case for you, no?
And I just don't care that much. Because you know what? We just keep on rolling, okay?
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. That's why he keeps responding. That's why he keeps talking about it. He just doesn't care, guys. He just doesn't care. He was totally willing to fight to the point that he was doxing people. He was using his community to harass everybody, right? And now he actually just doesn't care anymore. It's actually like, guys, can you believe I even cared before? Dude, I just don't care, man. You guys say whatever you want. I'm not going to worry about the noise. I'm just going to sit back. Brother, this guy comes into my chat multiple times a week to try to shit talk. There's nothing he cares about more than the noise. He cares so much about it, and I don't understand how this lie could possibly work. His community memes on him for it, right? Like, wasn't there about a month ago, I feel like there's a period where RTBA posted the meme about how Destiny just obsessively reads JSTLK Discord logs for like 8 hours a day. And now he's settled in and he's like, you know what? Now that I confessed to creating artifacts of the CSAM and sending it to WillyMac and making that group chat to find Rose, you know, now I gotta say, guys, I don't really care anymore. I actually don't care now. You know, I just don't care.
Bro, I can't believe how quick these two are to believe anything they read on Kiwi Farms, and they've been harassing them for the last few months.
Andrew
You know what?
Brettler
That's how it goes,
tipped
okay?
$5. Your Honor, Ethan Klein was correct that my client distributed CSAM, but he defamed my client by reading the wrong cringe DMs.
Yes, exactly, Mr. Brettler. Yes, Sandy B. That is what Destiny's arguing. That's what everyone's arguing here is, listen, he read some totally unrelated DMs, and like isn't that kind of checkmate, guys? Isn't that like, you're just snarking. You're just like clearly snarking. You read the wrong DMs. Yeah, you totally read, or you understood Willy's video. Yes, I do have CSAM in my possession. Yes, I have created artifacts of it and sent it to people. But listen, you read the wrong cringe DMs, and that means I go free, actually. Them's the rules, guys. You read the wrong set of DMs, doesn't matter what I did, I go free now. You're unreliable. I'll call you a liar. You just make things up, okay? Them's the rules. Tough break, kid.
I just don't know why you talked to WillyMac at all. I don't remember. I think he messaged me on something.
Gotta
But
be.
I mean, I'd been in communication with him.
Ken.
I just didn't expect him to run and fucking make a fucking YouTube video in 2 seconds based off some DMs with us. Obviously, I would have approached that conversation with a lot more care in terms of how I'm phrasing things, obviously. But you know what?
Wait, can you say where you like didn't tell the truth? Because it seems like you sent that screenshot, and that seems to be what set Willy off, right? You know if any of these videos were in the Google Drive? I don't know. I have no idea. I doubt it, right? But like, I would have been really careful. How do you be more careful about sending that screenshot to him? I don't know how you're more careful. That wasn't phrasing. That was just the screenshot.
Whatever. Listen. Whatever you want to believe what you want. Okay. The feds, they're on their way. All right. I'm trying to stream before they get here. Inshallah, ABH3. Oh, I'm so glad he finally found his voice. I wonder how awkward it feels when his boss is sitting there railing on his Turkish idol, and he has to sit there and hold his tongue the entire time, knowing that he's getting fucked by Hassan's entire fan base the entire time regardless, and that being a spineless cook actually isn't helping him at any part of this whatsoever. But that's okay.
Okay.
And Ethan has to feel bad too, because he's sitting there while his whole fucking crew is awkwardly staring at him because nobody wants to participate. It's all good. H3 has been a...
Wait, did I miss... Hold on, did I miss the Chud thing? Did he actually pull that up? Wait. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Did I miss it? I didn't miss it. No, I didn't miss it.
Knowing that he's getting fucked by Hassan's entire fan base the entire time regardless, and that being a spineless cook actually...
Sorry, I was making the... he's just saying it. Yeah. Well, lots of people have been telling him. I know people have been telling him, oh, why don't you compare this to Chud Logic? Don't you know Chud Logic did this like same thing, and it's like the exact same. One, it's not. He didn't have somebody who told him that that person was possibly underage, and then he decided to keep materials related to that person. That's like the very, very, very key difference here, right? That after he was informed that that person might be underage, even if he doesn't necessarily believe that, keeping those materials and not informing police or going to his legal team or going to Discord, right? Any of these things, that's what the problem is. He had this long period where he doesn't actually do that. I mean, sorry, that's the major issue under the law. To me, like, obviously there's a moral issue with only using age non-verified, like non-age required platforms, age restricted, right? Obviously there's a bunch of problems, we've talked about them, but like where you can just make criticisms of him and there's just no response is on the, okay, you knew that this person might be a minor, you kept that material, but you didn't report it because you wanted this all to blow over. That's like very obvious. That's very clear. That is the strongest allegation you can make right now. And he is totally avoiding all questions on the topic.
Actually isn't helping him at any part of this whatsoever. But that's okay. And Ethan has to feel bad too, because he's sitting there while...
Should Chud have been more diligent in his initial perusal though? Probably. Right? Probably. Yeah, I'm sure Chud has like criticisms for himself. I've never actually looked into the whole thing, to tell you the truth. I've never actually looked into the whole thing, so maybe at some point we will.
While his whole fucking crew is awkwardly staring at him because nobody wants to participate. It's all good. H3 has been a girly pop gossipy channel for a while now. His audience is likely a majority women who watch things like RuPaul and talk pop culture, celebrity relationships. It was inevitable. I actually disagree. I feel like the H3 fan base for the most part is actually one of the more chiller fan bases on the internet. I think it's because, not to pull my...
Guys, I really don't have a problem with like the H3 fan base. The H3 fan base is actually like really, really, really cool. It's just that Ethan has to like use snark lies against me. If Ethan wasn't using snark lies against me, I'd totally be... He's just... This is, by the way, this is... Oh, this is very Nick Fuentes-like, right? Once you know the programming and the other creator goes against the programming that's already put into the audience, you can sweep in and just keep programming that audience. You can keep doing the same thing, right? Can you believe Ethan would like, after CPS, after the skulls, Ethan uses snark lies against me? Well, the audience is really cool. They understand that like snark lies are a big problem. Snark gets people killed. Okay? Snark is no joke. It gets people killed, and Ethan will use snark lies against me to try to turn his audience against me? That's gross. The audience is too smart for that, though. The audience knows about snark lies. They know that snark kills people, okay? And I love the H3 audience. It's very transparent what's going on there, right? We can all see it. I think it's incredibly obvious.
Woke card out. But I think it's because it's like probably a little bit more women versus men. Like it wouldn't surprise me if that fan base was like 40% women. But then also because they do kind of like more pop culture-y stuff, it does get a bit more grounded. Like I see a lot of comments popping up, even in that H3 subreddit about how like all politics streamers are cancer and all of those communities are cancer. And that's about like 95% correct. It is a special...
Hold on. I wonder what communities they were talking about there. I wonder which communities they could have possibly been referring to in terms of online politics being cancer. Certainly wasn't just Hassan's. That's not 95% of it, is it? Before DGG took over, the H3 community strongly rejected DGG. I know that, and trust me, we'll go through some of the stuff. Maybe I can pull one of these threads right now, although I think they're getting deleted slowly, so it's kind of unfortunate, all right? See, did this one get deleted yet? I should be archiving these, to be honest with you. The Destiny incident is exactly why live shows are important. I watched the VOD on Destiny today, not knowing anything about the situation prior. After reading the comments, it became clear that the story is full of disinfo coming directly from Snark. It's disappointing to see Ethan engage with another creator's Snark community without any research. However, had this segment been done live, there would have been a lot of pushback and fact-checking from the audience. The H3 audience are by no means Destiny fans, at least the majority aren't. So I think it says something when everyone in the comments is correcting the story. If there had been a live chat, it likely would have either corrected a lot of the misinformation, or at the very least, not been an echo chamber of what is likely false information. I would really expect Ethan and the crew to know by this point that Snarkers just make shit up, and research should never come from a Snark page. Very disappointing. Please address this on Monday. Edit, I want to be extremely clear. I am not defending Destiny here. He's a scumbag. I just think we should avoid snarking and being so cavalier with topics such as these. It's sad to see that it's so obvious how it happens, right? Like, it's watching this from the outside is just crazy. Even Asmongold broke down and finally reacted to the Destiny situation. Let's go! I'm gonna need that Asmongold timestamp ASAP. Watching you back. Can I get that Asmongold timestamp right now? Please, please. I'm gonna need that. I need it. I need it. Thank you. Oh my god. Copy text. Let me throw that in my fucking docket right now. Asmon react. Let's go. Thank you very much. Okay, let's look at some of the comments here. Turn on some music while we look at comments, and then we'll get back to Destiny. But like, it actually is so obvious what Destiny lays out, right? Like, it's so obvious what he's going for, and there are so many DGGers who just hang out in here. Now, I'm guessing they're smart enough not to use the same accounts in both places, right? I'm guessing this is like an H3 fan. But, like, the DGGers have been in this place. They've been driving this narrative for a long time. And the issue here is, Ethan, like, 90% of the story, that's not fake. That's not Snark. Right? It's not Snark. The crew were always anti-Destiny. Ethan tried to bring Destiny in, but it didn't work. Well, sounds like that crew saved Ethan. Sounds like that crew was making the right calls. Sounds like they had Ethan's back. To get out by Destiny, DGG pretending to be H3 fans? Well, a lot of the DGG people are H3 fans because H3, like Ethan, is just using DGG farm talking points against Hassan, right? Now, I'll never tell you that those talking points can't be valid against Hassan. Lots of them are. Lots of them are valid criticisms of Hassan and the things Hassan has done, okay? That's the difference with us and a lot of other channels. I don't need to go and tell you that, like, oh, just because those points came from DGG, they're invalid or they're, like, totally fake, right? Some of them are biased. Some of them are, bordering on fake. Some of them are just totally true. But Ethan will platform all of them. Ethan, just last week, was asking, well, guys, why is Hassan accepting, like, Snapchat nudes on a non-age-verified platform? Why is he accepting nudes from fans on this platform that doesn't even age-verify? Isn't that concerning? Isn't that, like, what he criticizes other people for? Guys, isn't that concerning? Tectone reacted and slipped up and said he had experience with this type of thing. Insane. Ugh. Let's look at this. Just in case no one knows, a few days ago, Dan Saltman stepped down from his podcast with Destiny because the same community that Ethan and WillyMac uncritically sourced the information from has been contacting Dan's wife's employer. Just so you all understand the community we're dealing with here. Wow. Is that all? So Dan has no problem with Destiny texting a 17-year-old. Sexting a 17-year-old. Dan has no problem with Destiny keeping that CSAM in his possession. Dan has no problem with Destiny creating a group chat and sharing artifacts from that CSAM in order to find the person after he was told that was a minor, right? That seems crazy to me that Dan's main reason for stepping down would be KF contacting his wife's workplace. Do you know why I don't think that's real? Because unfortunately I'm aware that they contacted his wife's workplace months ago. And he maintained his stance and stayed on anything else for months. Now, that's not good. We totally disavow that. Why? You don't have to bring Dan's wife or his family into it, okay? Now, you can comment on him when he's used them for defense, okay? You can comment on stuff like that. But to actually do anything to go after them is fucking insane. It's deranged. You shouldn't do it. It's disgusting, okay? His wife is not aware of anything going on the internet. That's just fucking gross, okay? Obviously, like, just fucking leave. If you think anything, if you even think that that's okay, you can go. If you're even like neutral on that, fuck off and watch somebody else, okay? But all of that is to say, okay, this happened to Dan months ago. Dan didn't leave anything else. So I don't think that this is actually the primary reason Dan is leaving anything else, okay? That's just my opinion. But instead of that being the message that goes out, what actually goes out is, well, Hutch just asked him to leave him alone, and Queeman said no. Tell his audience to leave him alone. Nope, that's not what happened. Hutch said, can you make this statement that you don't believe in? Please. Queeman didn't leak the logs. Queeman didn't publish his next Hutch video, which is going to be critical of Hutch again, I'm guessing. But as soon as you give them any indication that they're controlling you, that they can do something to you, you will be fucked, okay? They will keep trying to play you. They will keep trying to fuck with you. So that's how it should be. That's how it should be for Hutch. I don't know why he, I don't know why this is getting spread. This is just an open lie, okay? Queeman did call him disgusting for saying, you want me to, like, lie for you to my audience? No, fuck you. And that it was disgusting for Hutch to suggest that. Anyway, he's not. Destiny hates him because Queeman hates Destiny. That's true. Like, Willy knew that information was real, right? Anyway, we're back. We're back to the Destiny VOD.
Even in that H3 subreddit about how like all politics streamers are cancer and all of those communities are cancer. And that's about like 95% correct. It is a special type of cancer. Although again, I would point my fingers to Hassan and shit for that. And AB and all the little people that are hiding behind the desks that are too afraid to say anything in those segments. I would say that those people are like, you can point fingers directly at those kinds of people.
Oh, wait, this is actually what's going to happen, isn't it? MD 7401's kind of got it here, I think. This is actually what's going to happen here, I believe, okay? I believe Ethan is now going to go absolutely insano mode on this, isn't he? I think Ethan's actually going to do research. Like, the whole weekend, Ethan will be doing research on this to go, like, sicko mode on this guy. Dude, I think this might have been a mistake, okay? Because they're going to go and they're going to go like, yeah, okay, you're saying we lied? Okay, let's go find out the truth. And they're just going to do... They're going to do like a Ryan Beard-esque shit, okay? I think that's what's going to happen. We'll see.
Blame. I think it would be way more interesting and more fascinating to have policy-oriented debates. If somebody disagrees on Israel-Palestine, we can fight over the massacres, in Hebron or other places pre-48, justify or pre-40, justify all the back and forth fighting and who was right or wrong. Like, I think those would be super interesting and fascinating discussions to have, but nobody wants to have those conversations. They just want to call everybody a pedophile, a sex pest, or whatever the fuck else. Hold on, wait. I just had another random fan snap me nude. Check this out. I'm showing it to all my friends right now. How old is she? Oh, I have no idea, but... Oh, check this one out too. And this one out too. And this one out too. But yeah, I think, listen, if that's what people want online politics to be, then fucking, I guess that's what online politics could be. It is what it is. Tell everyone you make more than them. I'm pretty sure Ethan makes more than me. Those guys are loaded. AB, Olivia, and Dan are cucked Hassan agents that never defend Ethan when they beef. It's insane. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's also by...
Dude, okay, sorry, I had to walk away for a second. Dude, he is... Is there no shame with the whataboutism with Hassan? Is there absolutely no shame? There's no shame at all! It's... I need somebody to take the blame it on Hassan video, okay? And what about Hassan? Boo, 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 boo. I need a What About Hassan song, okay? We need to remix it. We need the lyrics updated, okay? What about Hassan? Every single time something bad is happening with this guy, it's all about Hassan. Don't you guys understand that Hassan? Well, how did Hassan know that those Snapchats were from people of age? It's so bizarre to me, okay, that this guy's just employing. He watched how badly this went for Keffels. He watched how badly this went for Brianna Wu during Gamergate. Basically Brianna Wu's whole career, okay? You can't just blame it on somebody else. Not every aspect of your conduct can be blamed on somebody else, okay? You will eventually have to take responsibility for the things you've done. You can't just over and over and over again. Well, it's all Gamergate people. It's all the Kiwi Farms people. It's Hassan. It's Hassan! Bro, take responsibility for fucking anything.
I'm pretty sure Ethan makes more than me. Those guys are loaded. AB, Olivia, and Dan are cucked Hassan agents that never defend Ethan when they beef. It's insane. Yeah, but I mean, like, it's also by design too.
They're cucked Hassan agents They're just agents of Hassan. They don't even.
Oh, you
they
want
don't
to see
even.
a Houthi musical?
They don't even know what they're doing.
Blame it on hustle.
It actually still works with the lyrics now, doesn't it?
Blame it on hustle.
Russia and Ukraine can't go to a fucking war.
Explosion too far.
America deserved
Blame it
9/11.
on the memes. Blame it on the gifts. Blame it on the moments when they throw
What a fucking liar.
Blame it on the fights. Real life. Blame it on the bots. Blame it on the hate.
20-month subscriber, bro. You're so annoying.
Blame it on the rage. Blame it on the clouds. Twitch is burning. Advertisers pull up.
Okay, should I play?
Yeah, we're pausing it there. We're gonna continue, guys. Let's go. Nice intro. Or sorry, nice little break
God.
there.
I'm trying-
Nice little break. We keep going.
I don't want to give them charity. It's by design too, because anytime these people step out and criticize Hassan, that entire network of people is also going to come out and harass all of those people as well, right? So AB, Olivia, and all those people, if they don't toe the lefty line, you know, they're going to come under huge fire from that side as well. So they kind of have to, because if you don't toe the line on their side, then
Guys, can you believe that these people who are mad that I confessed to having CSAM and spreading CSAM, like artifacts of that CSAM to multiple people, can you believe they're like concerned about that? Isn't that like a lefty take that like spreading CSAM is bad? Taking pictures of CSAM and spreading it to people to try to find the miner? That's such a lefty take. Guys, that's such a lefty take. God, it's so gross. They know they have to bend to the lefties on this and just like police me and my DMs with minors? It's so gross.
then they're going to get called token figures or, you know, Uncle Tom's or whatever else. So I mean, like to be fair, they're in a rough position as well. So, but I mean, like it's whatever. That's okay. Take a deep breath. Fortress arc it away. Not really. Well, I feel like I need to do like a 1 month video game break maybe.
Fortress arc it away, eh? Guys. You know times are getting desperate when you have to admit that this guy was right about everything, okay? The hardest part is maybe admitting Vosh was right, lol W. Just need to Fortress arc. Uh-huh. Why didn't you Fortress arc before this? You know when the right time to Fortress arc would have been? May 28th, before you apparently decided to go and taunt your KF thread with pictures of the miner you sexted? Probably that would have been the ideal time to Fortress up, okay? Before you did that. I'm just saying, okay? And Destiny, of course, has to be better admitting this because Vosh, as we discussed last night with Queen okay, Vosh had this guy. I've been saying this for months now. Spite-based politics? Yeah, that's all it is. That's clearly all it is the whole time. Right? The whole time. It's just Vosh had him. Vosh had him pegged from the beginning. Unfortunate. It's too bad that Vosh is kind of out of his mind, all right? Vosh just sees the world a certain way, and he doesn't even look at the facts of what he's watching. He just says, based on my worldview, this is what happened here. Sometimes that worldview is a little correct. The state penitentiary is a great place to start a Fortress arc. Dude, could you imagine somebody just said, should stream playing Prison Architect? Let's go.
I still think the Ryan Beard memes were probably my favorite. The making the video of me who has the scariest and most dangerous community on the internet, and then announcing that he's making a video on Hassan Ethan and that he's going to be fair, and the lefties bully him so hard he has to stop. He can't even finish his research for the video. I think that was funny. How is it that after?
What happened with Ryan Beard? I think Ryan Beard thought both sides of that were pretty bad, but guess what? The H3 side, the unhinged part on Twitter for the H3 side, that's like 80% DGG. It is. It's like 80% DGG, dude. It's not like your community had no participation in that. I don't know why we'd pretend that, right? And don't worry. Don't worry. I'm sure Ryan will find his spot on the Hassan and Ethan stuff. I'm sure he will. I appreciate that guy.
Every drama/scandal involving you is over and settled down. You seem to somehow get right back into it because like 95% of it is bullshit. And I don't know.
95% of this is bullshit, guys. What 95% of it? Wait, hold on. What 5% is real? Just actually, hold on. No. Actually, just give me the 5% that's real, okay? Can we get the 5% of this that's real? I just love, because he will never make definitive statements on the record, right? That's why it's like, well, I think it was like this. Maybe it was like that. That's why he never goes and checks before he says these things. It's why he always does conditionals every single time, because he knows that he doesn't want to be held to his statements.
It is what it is. And I have a penchant for dealing with crazies online, I guess. Although this might be the one.
There's somebody openly pursuing criminal justice. There's somebody who's pursuing a civil case against you. There's another offer or demand letter from somebody else wanting to pursue a civil case against you. There's multiple other people who could possibly pursue civil cases against you. I don't know, where does this become fake? I want to know, like, where does this hallucination come from? What could he possibly refer to as fake?
This is it. Have you sworn off friendships with content creators? Yeah, kind of. I'll say this again, and I don't think this message can't carry. The thing that's the most annoying, I think, about all of this, is that she was actually 12. No, I'm just kidding. The thing that's the most annoying about all of this is that
Flood the zone with pedophilia jokes.
I think a lot of people, and I keep seeing these comments pop up on my own subreddit. I might have permabanned you for this also. By the way, if I permabanned you, just email the mods and they'll unban you, okay? The most annoying thing is, like, people keep thinking that all of this drama keeps popping up, like, every month, every 6 months, like, over and over and over again.
Oh, this is the worst talking point, right? This drama, if you want to call it drama, okay, you kind of insane to call it drama, right? Not really drama, it's you sexting a minor, and spreading artifacts of that CSAM in a group chat, all right? Which you've actually confirmed to us for some reason, okay? But he's gonna make this argument that, guys, they're just dragging this stuff up from 2022, or it's the same thing every 3 months. It's this JSTLK community bringing this stuff up over and over and over again. It's not, right? He's the person who 3 months ago, less than 3 months ago, decided to at his ops in his Kiwi Farms thread and say, hey, you guys fucking suck at this. You're like all just losers home on disability. Here's even more pictures. Here's private pictures I had of Rose that have never been published, okay? And here, try to find her then. Go for it, because you're just losers who couldn't possibly find her. Like, the gall to come and say that this was brought up out of nowhere when he is the person who set this new drop into motion. He is, but for his actions, it's never revealed. I don't know how it ever gets revealed, other than I assume that when this all happened, you know, the facts about Solo saying that Rose was a minor, I'm positive that would have been investigated by somebody, right? Like, I think people in the KF thread were talking about calling the FBI. He said he got called by the FBI and blamed it on me. Like, I felt like probably you're going to get something through there, but now we know for a fact Willie says he did this, so... Like, I think there's probably... I don't think justice would have ever been avoided here. Hold on a second.
He memes that all the cases are totally stacking up, guys, but at the same time, he can't comment on the XM crime, due to his other case of distributing porn totally unrelated.
Yeah, he says this a lot, right? Hey, this is really inconvenient for me. Actually, I have legal cases, I can't talk about it. And then he'll constantly talk about it. He'll constantly refer to it, right? Even in ways that hurt him. Like, it's totally insane to say, I sent this screenshot to a group chat already. Yeah, we tried to find this person. It's totally wild for him to do that. But apparently now, when he starts getting asked pointed questions, now he'll go, oh, guys, I can't comment on this. You know, I've got a court case. I've got a court case, guys. I've got court cases. I can't talk about this. Totally fake excuse.
And but it's not. It's the same fucking story that gets rehashed or refiltered.
Oh, here, I'll let us listen to this.
If I permit you, just email the mods and they'll unban you, okay? The most annoying thing is, like, people keep thinking that all of this drama keeps popping up, like, every month, every 6 months, like, over and over and over again. But it's not. It's the same fucking story that gets rehashed or refiltered in a slightly different way from the revenge porn leaks at the end of 2024. Like, it's the same story over and over again with a new twist or a new thing or a new ad.
It's really, really not just the same story. It's really not. It's really not. Bro, the other funny thing that happens here, okay, is Yes, hold on. Kilo's got it. Kilo's got one of the things here. Destiny, in a private server created exclusively to find Rose, sending a pornographic video of her to 10 other people, captioning the post. Did you guys see the money shot on this one? Wait. Kilo, that's not new, is it? That's not a new thing. Please tell me it feels like a joke. I'm 90% sure it's a joke, 99% sure it's a joke. I just need to make sure, because part of that, the start of that is true. There's no way that that's real. Okay, no, Kilo's... Listen, it was a joke, but I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Lots of the times where people tell me what's happening, okay, I feel like it's not real. There's no way. Although I will say, I do expect at some point leaks from that shit to come. Huh. Anyway. Hold on, I need to back it up again real quick.
To the end of 2024.
Oh, right. He says it's all the same thing getting rehashed. He's the person who said, if they ask about how old this girl was, that's just Kiwi Farm's lies. That's just Kiwi Farm's narratives that this girl could have been a minor. Guys, that don't take that seriously ever. There's no proof she was a minor. And now it's been proven that she's a minor. Guys, why are you talking about this again? Why are you bringing this up again? Why are you bringing it up again? This thing he explicitly said was a lie has now been proven correct, right? That he was using to discredit people who brought it up. And he goes, guys, why are you lying about this? Why are you bringing this up again? We already talked about this. We already knew this. We already knew she might have been a minor. Why are you acting like this is new information? Uh-huh.
Like, it's the same story over and over again with a new twist or a new thing or a new added whatever. But people have this perception that there's like a crazy thing happening like every few months. But it's not a crazy thing happening every few months. It's just a stupid shit from this person I talked to back in 2022, 2023, 2020. Yeah, it's just annoying.
That's just a total lie.
Can you respond to Willy's reply? Because to be honest, your defense is not convincing. Good. I hope it's not. But the reality is literally...
I know Willy did some new posts. I don't know if Destiny's kept posting. I don't think I went and grabbed any of the Willy posts, actually, but there are more Willy posts as well.
Really, every single thing I've said has gotten twisted and has gotten morphed or moved to like the most ridiculous fucking shit in the universe. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and not talk about this till my court case is over, okay? Because
This court case that is unrelated. Unrelated!
I'm bounded? I'm restricted like 15 different ways from saying stupid shit, such that in talking about...
Bro, you need at least 100 different bindings to keep you from... If you feel like you're bound from saying stupid shit, okay? You are not. You have said some of the dumbest things we've ever witnessed a content creator say on the internet, okay? Whatever's binding you currently, it's not enough. Tell Andrew Brettler he needs more, okay? You need to be tied down. You need to be in a fucking straitjacket to keep you from getting on your phone, getting on your computer. You should not be typing. You should not have access to a fucking computer. Like, holy shit. Guys, there's so many things preventing me from speaking. And when I say that, I mean there's so many things preventing me from clearing up the insane things I've already admitted to.
A hearing that I had with... Pixie, like their lawyers already like I think 2 days ago, like moved to file a motion. It was like, we're trying to get this thing sealed and he's still talking about the transcript and blah, blah, blah. So like, no, it's not working.
That's a totally valid motion that essentially no lawyer contends with. Has contentions with. You have a judge ordered that transcript to be sealed until they could review whether or not it needed to be sealed permanently or for the rest of the case. You, in violation of that judge's order, read from the transcript verbatim on a live stream. That is a clear undermining of that judge's authority. That is a clear flouting of the court's authority, okay? You did that intentionally, and every single lawyer that I've seen comment on it says, that's an insane thing to do. Why would you ever do that? He's literally, dude. I actually have to go pull up the Felix clip. This is where the Felix clip comes in, okay? You guys saw the Felix clip I tweeted earlier today? That's where it comes from, okay? It was me thinking of this exact thing.
You guys are naming people that are like sex offenders and out there racist and fucking like fucking people that promote harm and shit. Yo, that's not canceled. That's the law. That's the fucking law. When you do a crime, you go to jail. You're not canceled. You're a criminal.
PM.
It just feels so good. Hold on. Notice his face after he finishes. That's the best part, okay? God, fucking phrasing, though.
Beep.
He's just eyes wide, alright? Think Darius is gonna join the fold, or was he just memeing? I have no idea. No idea. I doubt he turns on Destiny, to be honest with you, but... That's like... Dude, he just keeps committing crimes. He keeps, like... Not even committing crimes. He keeps violating the like, court orders. And then he's like, I can't believe they filed a motion about my violation of a court order. Why would they file a motion to say that I should be held in contempt for violating a court order? It's like, because that's what every lawyer does when the opposing side violates a court order meant to protect their client. That's obviously what would happen in that exact situation every single time. Yeah, that's literally what every lawyer would do. Dude, he's been operating without consequences for so long that he is just baffled when they hit him. Usually, when I just call somebody an insane whore, that means everybody stops. I call this woman I call Pixie an insane whore like 4 times. Don't you understand I can do anything to her now? Mr. Judge? Mr. Judge, don't you understand? I can call Pixie anything I want. I can say anything I want about her. She's an insane whore. Oh, that doesn't work here? What? Huh?
Worth it. Because none of it is obviously doing me any favors anyway, so... yeah, this is not an argument that I'm going to win at the moment publicly, which is fine, but just have to wait until my case is over.
I thought it was cases. Aren't there cases? I'm telling you that this guy... He's going to keep torching his online reputation until he actually breaks his community apart. And as soon as his community isn't there as like a cudgel hanging over like Melina's head and a couple other people's head, oh boy. Right? Because I'm telling you guys, I think Melina has the best case on the out of the people who were in the initial leaks, okay? The November leaks. And she hasn't done anything. And I think if she's not scared of DGG coming after her, oh, it could get bad for him. He could have to hire Andy B for a whole other case. That could be rough, okay? I just saw our favorite guy. Our favorite chatter, okay? Destiny, how do you feel about Nicholas Diorio using Dan leaving his evidence? You are wrong when he's getting his family doxxed. Again, I hate to like talk about it too much, but Dan was in a similar situation a couple months ago, and he didn't leave, okay? So I think there's probably something else that's changed. There's probably some other piece of information that's come to light that changes things more substantially. As terrible as that is, we don't avow that. We fucking hate that, okay? We've already talked about how, if you think that that's even okay, not even like, I'm not even saying if you think it's good, leave. I'm saying if you think it's okay or it's like neutral, you should go. You should go to a different community. You shouldn't be here, okay? Going after his family's fucking insane. It's stupid. Makes you look like monsters, okay? Anyway.
Recently heard you say you used to play EVE Online. Any chance we get some casual EVE gameplay, or are you done with it for good? EVE gameplay? Well, actually, I shouldn't say anything, because I haven't played the game in maybe a decade. Is sitting on a gate or on a pos for 6 hours, praying to God that the enemy fleet warps in so you guys can actually do something, and praying to God you don't get wiped by stealth bombers or something first. Or there's a really cringy Sino drop that nukes your whole fleet because you weren't ready for ships to come in or whatever. But I'm genuinely asking this is, how is it that you don't break down when it seems you have friends moving around every few weeks? I've been watching you for 3 years. I'm a new viewer, and it seems you have friend changes every few weeks, and everyone turns on you every so often, except Dan. I understand the online world is a wild place, but I believe that that the average...
Except Dan. Except Dan. Except Dan. I'm sorry. If Dan's not leaving for this, I don't know, man. Sorry, hold on. These are, I just got sent this meme, okay? Critical meme update. From the JSTLK meme desk, okay? Critical meme update. This is every time Destiny tries to ask Rose to come see him. Or that he says he'll come see her, alright? This is every time. This would be April 9th? Oh, the same day. Crazy. Well, hey, whenever you've got time and want to come out to Miami, smiley face, Fun times. I grew up Catholic. Smiley face. Also question. And seriously, no pressure. It's whatever works / is it comfortable for you? Let me know. At the end of this month, I've got a bunch of travel stuff coming up. I could swing by blank for a day or two. If you're down, just let me know. Hold on. Which one's first? This one's first. Yeah, I saw, but 90 pages, fuck me, lol. And hey, if you ever want to come to Miami, just let me know. I can always pick up the ticket. Would I be able to stay at your place? Sorry if that's weird to ask. Yeah, I think it's mostly screenshots. Yeah, of course you can, duh. I'll even pick you up from the airport. Mad smiley face. Yeah, maybe so. And if you're ever down to fly, I can always fly you around places I'm going to / visiting. I have no idea if that's scary or anything for you, though. All right, hold on. My next layover is in blank. If my flight tonight gets canceled, I'm going to come abduct you somehow, KK? Smiley face. I might, we'll see. And oh yeah, hey, if you ever want to fly down for a night or two, I've got lots of airline points. XD. Hey, or if you ever want a free trip to Miami for a couple nights in the next couple weeks, just let me know. XD. Yes, it would be so hot. For my next college event, I need to go to blank. Okay, damn. Could be a lot of fun. I haven't had sex in weeks now. Oh noes. If only you were free to fly to Miami for a day or two. This guy is persistent. Man. This guy is persistent. He loves his legal anime type college girls, okay? Was Rose a legal scholar by chance? He's pursuing this like she might be some kind of legal scholar, because we all know that's the thing he goes for, right? Legal scholarship? Like lawyer type girls? Was she a 17-year-old law student, perhaps? I love... She was an illegal scholar, okay? Scholar of what? Hard to say, but illegal almost certainly, okay? Okay. All right. Gotta get back to this.
Average person thinks he's important, not for something about how you maneuver in life. That makes sense. My baseline, I've said this a lot. I don't think people believe me when I say this. Generally, if somebody has a hard time understanding me, or if somebody thinks there's something that is just doesn't make sense, it's usually just because people don't take what I say at face value, which is fine. I don't care. That's because I'm a...
Somebody misunderstands me. It's because they don't take what I say at face value. Wait. Hold on. Isn't there like a... Would there be like a reason for that? Or... Because like usually when people don't take your word at face value, it's because they found some reason not to take your word at face value, right? Like, yes, if I'm misled by your words and your actions are not in line with your words, then I'm not going to take the things you say at face value. Like when you said Anna was totally schizophrenic and chasing you around and there was no reason for her to do that, right? And she was saying, Steven, we have the nicest DMs. And you're basically like, you're a crazy stalker. And then we find out that you guys were DMing, right? There might be a reason not to take your words at face value. Dude, it's like, dude, people who won't let me manipulate them are like the worst. Those are like the worst human beings. They just won't let me manipulate them. They're so fucked up, guys.
Generally, if somebody has a hard time understanding me, or if somebody thinks there's something that is just doesn't make sense, it's usually just because people don't take what I say at face value, which is fine.
By the way, I just want to point out, the best example of this is me letting Kelly do that chemistry thing, and me just sitting there and saying, it's going to be so funny when Destiny reacts to this in full because he's a totally insecure loser who can't help but react to a woman telling him he's wrong about something. It's going to be hilarious when he watches this whole thing, right? And he hears me say that multiple times throughout the segment and can't hit pause or stop or move on to anything his audience is interested in. Like, no, actually, taking your word at face value would never let me make that comment or let me do that analysis that totally predicts your actions. He'd say, no, Kelly's crazy. I don't care about what Kelly says. Who cares about what Kelly says? That's what he would say, right? But then he gets criticized and he's got to watch the entire fucking thing. How many of your streams are going to be evidence at the trial? I have no idea. No idea.
Fine, I don't care.
By the way, still don't know if any of that chemistry on either side was really correct. Right? The whole thing I knew was that it would make this guy seethe, and that was funny to me. That was it. Still don't know. Still don't care about the chemistry. Don't give a fuck.
That's because I'm a secret manipulator / rapist / mentalist / whatever else. My expectation for people online is already as low as it possibly can be. Like it's kind of every online friendship, there's just like a fuse attached to it. I just don't know what the Timer isn't the fuse. That's just how I approach.
Is that like for everybody? Does everybody fail to maintain online friendships? Or are there a lot of content creators? I seem to like recall Hassan has maintained friendships with people for like a very long time. What does Hassan have that Destiny doesn't? Aside from a soul. Seems like a lot of people can maintain these online friendships. A lot of people don't necessarily have like these kinds of problems. Like I really don't get it. It seems to be like a uniquely Destiny problem that he can't maintain friendships with people, that he can't maintain connections to people, that anybody he gets close to eventually leaves and has a story about how he's a total piece of shit. Right? Isn't that seems to be the case? Speaking of, totally unrelated, Lauren Southern and his ex unfollowed him today. Unlucky guys. Totally unrelated though. Ayo, fuck RTBA. Thanks for the 22 months. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate you. If we guys, if we get any big donos, you let me know, okay? We get any big donos? I also failed to add an hour to the stream. We're at 254. 255? 2 hours 55. Let's go. All right, continuing on. Is Teeny Tiny Tony one of yours? I'm laughing. He's all up in Hutch's asshole. No, I think Teeny Tiny Tony doesn't like my content. I think he doesn't like me or my content, I've heard. Although that's something people just say. I don't know if that's actually true. He said he doesn't like the content. He comes into chat. He likes Queeman. He's a big Queeman fan. But he does come into chat, like, if Queeman's not online. No, he's a fan? Okay. I honestly, it's totally fine either way. I got to watch, I think, him arguing with Yoge and humiliating Yoge one night. So I liked his arguments after that. So, you know. Anyway, I would take a link, by the way, to the timestamp for when Teeny Tiny Tony talked about to Hutch and what it was about. That would be very interesting. I don't know what they're talking about. It's probably, unless it's about Israel-Palestine, in which case, I'm not sure I care.
It is what it is. Although, to be fair, for the Ethan subs, we didn't even have a Bridger relationship, so.
Whole lot of subs coming in for this guy today.
You probably know,
Very
but the snark post that Willy was reading off is almost verbatim the KF post. It doxes a girl. Yeah, I'm aware. Same thing with Hassan on stream, just reading down Blav posts, which is, you know what?
And apparently, Destiny reading in full a massive, unhinged, narrative-only post, okay? A massive, unhinged, narrative-only post about him and how much of somebody hates him. Him reading that on stream in a way that doxes his girlfriend, okay? Full name doxes his girlfriend. He didn't care about it, apparently. That's fine. But when Hassan reads posts about Rose being 17 or some shit, that's totally unhinged, guys. That's where the line's gotta be. He's reading factual information about my sexual indiscretions? No, that's snark posting, okay? When I read somebody's unhinged post about me that doxes people, yeah, no, that's based, actually. I should be able to do that.
Hey, listen. I see you. I see the way you move, okay? +1. Wow, Chattermax, thanks for the gifted subs, buddy.
Oh, this is true, Gummyverse. Honestly, it just feels like exhausting to point it out every single time, but yes, all of his responses are never addressing his own conduct. They're always just, what about this? What about that? What about this person I've told you is evil? I think I talked about this in regards to, like, when I had my first fallout with Destiny, I realized that was, like, an easier way to go. It's an easier way to, like, maintain that connection and also, like, not have to deal with the fact that this guy's a total piece of shit, right? It was over, like, some of the Dan stuff, some of the anything else Patreon stuff. When I first had the first fallout, I just started, like, shitting on Hassan a whole bunch. I got to maintain that audience. I didn't have to, like, actually be close to this Destiny guy, and that's easier, right? That's what all DGGers do, is they'll just look at, like, oh, Destiny, there's some way I should criticize Destiny. I'm gonna go after Hassan. I'm gonna go after Ethan. I'm gonna go after whoever's currently the evil person. JSTLK in some cases, okay? It's like, it's so much easier to just attack somebody than to, you know, hold somebody else to account, to hold somebody you get something from to account. And all of these people get their worldview from Destiny. So.
At Destiny, your issue is that politics is so virtue heavy that if you do things like hook up with people over a decade younger, you'll get attacked. Shouldn't you adjust a bit in that regard? So I'll say the same thing I think I already said at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say over and over again. All of this drama is drug.
I'm not even gonna show the first message, but I don't believe this.
Up from
I don't believe it.
Old conversations. It's the same thing getting recycled over and over and over again. That's like nothing. None of this is from 2024. None of this is from 2025. Like, it's all just old recycled shit. Also, I'm not running.
It's not. Nobody knew about it until 2024. So I don't know why. How can you possibly say this? Dude, I killed a guy in 1995 and they found the body this year, and now it's just massive drama in my life. But it's like I told them, like, dude, this is from 1995. Like, how the fuck could you... Are you really digging up old drama from 20 years ago? 30 years ago? Really? That's kind of disgusting. It seems like you have to be pretty obsessed with me to bring up drama from 30 years ago, okay? That's gross. Frankly, you should think about your life. You need to get your shit together if you're gonna drag up old dead drama from 30 years ago. Just because I killed somebody? Fuck you.
Running for office, so it's not like I'm trying to be a fucking politician or some shit. And,
isn't that the whole... Hold on. Wait. Guys, this is drama from before 2024/2025. But you know what? It's not like I want to be a politician or something. Destiny, can you think for a little second? Can we just do a little introspection here and think about, why did Destiny say he was cutting out drama? Wasn't it literally to do like the New York DGG thing with Pisco, to interview Democrats to become a more stable and contributing political voice? Isn't that exactly what you wanted to do? You wanted to run congressional campaigns? You wanted to actually be a part of the political process? What do you mean I don't want to do that? You literally were trying to do that. Like, this is insane cope. That's precisely what you wanted to do. And because you were a total piece of shit, yes, lots of this stuff was from the previous year or 2 years previous, right? Lots of the conduct that we found out about at the end of 2024 or at the beginning of 2025 was from years before that. But we'd only just found out about it and realized what a piece of shit you are.
also, fuck, Trump is president. This guy's civilly liable for rape. Was banging prostitutes while his wife was at home taking care of the newborn.
Okay. If Trump can hit underage pussy, then Destiny can, okay? That's how it is, okay? That's his role model. It's Trump. That's the bar. Let's go.
Thoughts on ARPGs like Path of Exile or Diablo 2, 3, 4? They are the perfect background game. The thing is that ever since I started my Vivancing stuff, I don't have as much of an interest in like playing a game while chatting with people or doing things, because usually I can focus on the conversation a bit better. Like if I was going to play a game, I think I would just play a game, which I might. Maybe I'll do that soon.
This guy's getting a lot of subs rolling in. That's crazy. Now that we're 2 hours into the stream, guys, I feel like comfortable pausing right here and saying, guys, if you like the content, I want you to follow me on every platform, okay? Twitch, X, and the Discord, okay? Twitch.tv and x.com/JSTLK with an underscore. Discord.gg/JSTLK. Get in the Discord, guys. Be a part of the community, all right? Discord.gg/JSTLK. Oh, there's also TikTok.com/JSTLK official, all right? If you want to take your sport one step further, you can donate monetarily. You can give me a couple bucks, all right? There's a few ways you can do that. !donate in the chat. We'll give you the donation links. There's Kickbot. There is Streamlabs. $3 minimum on Streamlabs. $2 minimum on Kickbot. Kickbot's got the AI TTS voices, all right? If you don't want to buy a TTS message, all right, you can sub. Go ahead, sub through Kick, sub through Twitch, twitch.tv/JSTLK underscore, if you want to give me a primer. Otherwise, go through Kick. If you just want to give money to stream, Kick's the best way to do that, okay? Subs on Kick are a 95-5 split. Money goes directly into my bank account. So gift subs, sub individually, love individual subs the most, and go ahead, donate. Every dollar from all of the active donation stuff, all of the subs, all of the TTS stuff, all goes to more time on the stream. And if you really, really, really like the content, there's also the Patreon, patreon.com/JSTLK. Multiple tiers that you can join at, okay? Patreon.com/JSTLK, perks in the Discord, all right? Only 2 slots remaining at JWDP. Do not sign up for this unless you make 6 figures a year at minimum. Cyberdrifter, thank you for the 5 gifted. Let's go. Thank you very much, Cyberdrifter. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, multiple tiers in the Patreon. Even if you don't want to sign up for the Patreon, okay, at one of the tiers, sign up for free, just so you can get notifications when stuff's going on. All right. Thank you guys very much for listening to the shill. We'll get back to the content right now. 4 a.m. Aroni, 20 tier 1 subs. Damn. These guys really love... These guys really do love their Ephebaphile king, don't they? God damn. That's some crazy stuff.
Wow, for Maroni. Thanks for... Fuck, I don't... Oh, 20 gifted subs, buddy.
JSTLK, you spend Patreon money on broomstick sleeping bag curtains? Okay, that... I don't know what that story is. Okay. Okay, dude. No, that was like a last second... That was a last second jerry-rigged thing because I couldn't sleep because it was bright out, okay? And I don't want room darkening curtains because if I get room darkening curtains, then I'll just incentivize a bad sleep schedule. If I don't have room darkening curtains, the sun will force me to wake up. That's the thought process, okay? So I don't get good room darkening curtains, all right? Never doubt man's ability to innovate, by the way. Never doubt it. It sounds like a... The story is, Cherry came here and saw that instead of having blinds in my... Sorry, I have blinds, but instead of having curtains in my bedroom, I hung 2 clothes hangers, and then I used a broomstick, and then I draped over that broomstick my own sleeping bag to cover the window, okay? But that was instead of having room darkening blinds, all right? I have actual furniture everywhere else in the house. I've already explained, I don't want to buy room darkening blinds. I've explained why, okay? I've explained myself plenty.
It is ridiculous. Everything else is so nice in here, and there's just 2 random plastic clothes hangers hanging on the sides of the window with a broomstick going through them, and a sleeping bag. A sleeping bag. And it does not black out. You can see the sun through the sleeping bag. I don't know what this is. I have purchased blackout curtains and a curtain rod. Handling it.
It's true. How are you changing your voice like that? Massive talent. Obviously. Obviously. Massive talent. Okay, anyway. I didn't want room darkening curtains because I didn't want to incentivize a horrible sleep schedule. That's all it is. That's what it is, okay? That's what it is. It's not r/male living space. It's not like I have furniture. I have plants, okay? I have browns, bronzes, and plants. Like not quite neutral colors, like warm gold, bronze, browns, and like a lot of green plants. All over the place. No, I have a mattress, I have a box spring, I have a bed frame, I have end tables, I have fucking bedside tables, I have every piece of furniture you expect a normal human being to have, okay? Got all that shit. Telling you. See, poop my pants off? I didn't even do this, even though I know that's easier. I have like a packing tape gun thing. I could have easily done this. Yes, it is way more effective. I didn't want to do effective because I wanted to not block out the sun. I wanted to like actually get woken up by the sun, but just not quite as badly. That's all. It was a calculated decision, okay? I do have an air fryer as well. Yes. Okay, back to this guy. Let's focus on the real evil here, okay? It's not my curtain
Just
rod.
curious, do you do therapy or do you have some system that helps cope with this shit, or you're just built different? I am built different, and I do therapy with myself, okay?
So cool. So cool. It's... I wonder how Erudite or Connor or Dan expected this guy to change. Do you guys remember when Dan came on? I think I've got like there was like a clip on Cherry's Twitter. Let me go find it. You remember Dan being like, well, you know, Destiny's never going to do anything like this again. He's never going to be like, listen, it's not going to be the same because now Destiny's been punished, okay? He knows what punishment's like. This is the one. Hold on, let me listen to this. And I just wonder, without like therapy, without some way of like actually fixing some of the underlying issues, how did they ever expect he was going to like, I don't know, show any repentance, like any contrition? How did they expect him to change, right? In any way? Here's how Dan explained it.
I'm relying on the fact that, you know what it was? I guess I would agree. Yeah, he was full of shit with a lot of this stuff, but I'm relying on like the cat that stepped on the hot stove right now and is going to never do it again. Like he's never really gotten any punishment like this in the past. And now he's going to be fucked, I'm guessing.
I hope he gets fucked from this, but Because he fucked up really bad. He fucked with people's.
It's like there's no element of like, here's how we're gonna change it. And the if you guys remember, the metaphor we used back then is like, he's like basically an alcoholic, but his alcohol is like being a total piece of shit and hurting people. And you're like basically saying like, I'm gonna give this guy a couple bucks and hope he doesn't get in another accident. I'm gonna pick him up from the DUI. I'm gonna give him a couple bucks and say, here's the keys, buddy. You go nuts. Go nuts. You need $100, $200, and here's your keys, and you go hard, okay? I think now that you got arrested once, this is never gonna happen again.
Trust and their consent that they put in him probably gave a tremendous amount of people trust issues for the rest of their life that they're gonna have to figure out how the fuck to deal with.
Anyone saying what punishment, I think, is retarded. Because even if nothing else happened moving forward, like let's say Pixie and Cherry both got hit by a fucking car tomorrow.
I think Destiny's giving people huge trust issues that I don't even know how they're ever going to cope with. Well, imagine if Pixie and Cherry got hit by a car tomorrow. Good one. Good one. Good one. I don't see how he won't be punished still. Holy. Dude, it'd be fun to go back and review like the early parts of this and just see how correct we were about everything. God, it feels good to be right. God, it feels good.
Okay. And then also I said, okay, this is my last response to any of this, and then I'm done. Okay, I'm not talking about any of this because literally none of this is helping me publicly. So there's literally no point in doing this. Destiny said if you can't respond to the leftist court case with Pixie, fair enough if true. I think he should probably get on stream with his legal counsel and have them explain why having alleged CP since.
Fair enough if true. What? Dude, Willie Slackjaw just keeps proving everybody correct about him. Fair enough if true. Motherfucker, when has this guy stopped talking about all of his situations? He literally sent you a screenshot that he then went on his stream and said is actually not from the video. It's from when he sent that same screenshot to a group chat of 10 people. And he said it was from a video she'd produced with a date on it that, given her legal birth date, seems to imply she was a minor when it was shot. And then he tells you, oh, I can't talk about it with the Pixie legal case. Really? Are you sure? Seems like you've been able to talk about everything else. Doesn't seem like there's anything you're not willing to talk about. Except answering for your poor actions or statements. That's it.
November is okay in this instance and legal. I've not seen one lawyer agree with this. I don't know how fucking retarded you have to be to think that that any lawyer would ever agree to do this. The whole point, like, why would your lawyer ever counsel you in a public setting, in a public forum? Part of the whole benefit of patient-client confidentiality, or not patient, lawyer-client confidentiality, is that these conversations aren't accessible to the public. So the idea that
actually, I think you're basically telling everybody. I believe this would be accessible not to the public, but to lawyers, or the law, right? If every lawyer is saying that this breaks the law, and you're saying your lawyer counseled you to do it, it sounds like your privilege will be pierced, no? Isn't that the only thing that pierces privilege, is indications that the lawyer is advising you to do illegal things? You're saying that the lawyer is advising you to retain possible CSAM. It sounds like that privilege is easily going to be pierced. And you've just given people the predicate for it. Like, this is another instance of he's still talking about things. He's still making an ass of himself. He's literally saying, I don't know, I think somebody should make Andrew Brettler aware of some of these statements. Because it seems like people are saying Andy B counseled this guy to retain a bunch of CSAM and not inform the cops. And I feel like Andy B wouldn't want that reputation.
Any law firm would agree, oh, hey, let's do some legal counseling in a public setting is beyond fucking stupid. Number one. Number two, to assume that I'm not, in...
Are you sure? What do you mean, am I sure? I'm fairly certain that I've watched a couple legal people talk about this now. I'm fairly certain there's no reason that you could retain this without alerting some authority. So either he is not telling us that he alerted some authority pretty much immediately when Solo told him, right? Or because the other option is there's three options here. One, Andrew Brettler actually did advise him to do this. Two, he lied to Andy or something, didn't inform him of this, and he's decided to retain it himself. Or, wait. Two? And it's like a table. There's both of those, and then whether or not it's legal to do so. But every lawyer I've seen says no, right? So if Andy actually advised him to do this, and he says, well, it's a privileged conversation, he would never talk about it. It's like, okay, I think that would get pierced. If he told you to do something that every other lawyer is saying is illegal, I think there's a lot of reason to expect that privilege would be pierced. But I can't say that for sure. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not sure even a lawyer can say for sure. He probably told Andy she was 18, and probably had no idea until the last few days. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is he just lied to Andy B, obviously. No, Ryle, so obviously you can't tell your lawyer, right? You don't tell your lawyer that you have CSAM. You say, hypothetically, if this girl were like underage, like how would I deal with that, right? You can't tell them directly, or else I'm pretty sure with like the CSAM stuff, that's one of those things that would be almost certainly mandatory to report. It would have to be, right? I can't imagine a lawyer or like a bar association that would not make that mandatory to report. Anyway, we continue.
Contact with anybody or having conversations about things that are going on is also beyond fucking retarded. But it's not. Sorry, hold on. I keep fucking up with this, okay? It's not retarded, okay? This is intentional. I understand, like I said before, I understand that people catch a lot of heat when they are associated with me. And so sometimes you have to do the performative, like, oh my God, like, is OBS recording? I got to report. Like, I get it, okay? But don't pretend that you're like after some actual information or actually, because if anybody gave a fuck about any of that at all, there'd be a lot more questions for other people involved. But listen, I get it, okay?
I'll be honest, I was just looking at DMs for like 15 seconds. I'm rolling it back. I'm so sorry I did that to you guys. I was looking at something. Okay. I
got to report. Like, I get it, okay? But don't pretend that you're like after some actual information or actually, because if anybody gave a fuck about any of that at all, there'd be a lot more questions for other people involved. But listen, I get it, okay?
That was not anywhere near enough time to go back. Hold on.
It's helping me publicly, so there's literally no point in doing this. Tessie said if you can't respond to the Lapidus court case with Pixie, fair enough if true. I think you should probably get on stream with his legal counsel and have them explain why having alleged CP since November is okay in this instance and legal. I have not seen one lawyer agree with this. I don't know how fucking retarded you have to be to think that, one, that any lawyer would ever agree to do this. The whole point, like, why would your lawyer ever counsel you in a public setting, in a public forum? Part of the whole like benefit of patient-client confidentiality or not patient, lawyer-client confidentiality, is that these conversations aren't accessible to the public. So the idea that any law firm would agree, oh, hey, let's do some legal counseling in a public setting is beyond fucking stupid. Number one.
Lawyer is not obligated to, unless someone's life is in danger. Again, okay, maybe.
Number two, to assume that I'm not, like, in contact with anybody or having conversations about things that are going on is also beyond fucking retarded.
No, we don't assume you like don't have lawyers or don't have contact with lawyers. We assume that you didn't tell the truth because you're saying I retained these things, right? My lawyers advised me to retain these things. And pretty much everybody I've seen has said, oh no, you should probably be reporting it almost immediately. You need to immediately go to some authority, right? You can't just hold your private stash of CSAM with no actual authority knowing about it, right? You can't do that. That's crazy.
But it's not. Sorry, hold on. I keep fucking up with this, okay? It's not retarded, okay? This is intentional. I understand, like I said before, I understand that people catch a lot of heat when they are associated with me. And so sometimes you have to do the performative, like, oh my God, like, is OBS recording? I got to report. Like, I get it, okay? But don't pretend that you're like after some actual information or actually, because if anybody gave a fuck about any of that at all, there'd be a lot more questions for other people involved. But listen, I get it, okay?
Oh, so what about Solo? What about Solo, guys? You guys actually care about this? What about Solo? You think I should have said something? What about Solo? Wait, the guy doing it? The guy you're claiming is like trafficking? Do we want him to report himself, or you want all of us to report Solo, even though you have all of the information on Solo that anyone has? You've got all of that. We've got none of that. and somehow we need to go find Solo and do something here. No, you are the guy. You're the guy. You're the only guy.
Okay.
Is that it?
That's really it. I'm not feeding this. I'm not feeding this machine.
I don't think that's true.
Eddie Loger.
I don't think that's
We
true at
will
all.
chat more once my case ends, which is either in 1 month, 6 months, or 1 year. I guess, whenever. Yeah. Does Olivia have any political opinions? She seems culturally socialist, but I would sort of say the same thing about someone, even Ludwig or even...
Stream Dad's humility lasted for like 12 hours, by the way. Guess so.
Matriarch. I think most of his non-ego... I have no idea. I don't know the political positions of anybody on the H3 show. I just know that all of them are in an awkward position because...
This is the weird thing, isn't it, at Bagel and Coffee? That, like, literally Solo's the guy who leaked all of his revenge porn, and he thinks he's the trafficker, right? Destiny thinks Solo's the trafficker of Rose, but he hasn't gone to cops. Gone, like, hey, here's all the stuff. Said they're putting a packet together for the DOJ. I've not seen anything to suggest that he's gone to the cops, like, anywhere yet. Have you reported this to the DOJ? Have you reported this anywhere? Or have you just retained all of this information and done nothing? That seems crazy, doesn't it?
Because obviously they did leftovers with this on for a while. A lot of them are very, I'm trying to think of a nicer word than like beholden or captured by, because that makes them sound like they're children. But like obviously there's a lot of audience pressure, not even from the H3 audience though, but from other people related.
Puggy Gups is a DGGer, but Puggy Gups is a treasured member of this community, okay? Puggy Gups is awesome. We love Puggy Gups. I don't know if Puggy Gups hasn't been here for a while. Puggy Gups is, they're here quite a bit. Yeah, they're here, like 2 days ago. They're usually here at the start of the stream. But Puggy Gups is awesome.
We don't hate Puggy Gups here. So
we love Puggy Gups. Kick mod? Yeah, kick mod for Destiny, kick mod for me.
Is there no fucking limit to how much they can keep dragging it with motions? I have no clue. Well, no, I guess.
There's no limit when you continue to violate court orders. Yes, there will never be a limit when you continuously violate court orders, bro. Of course there won't. Yeah, it turns out you could like endlessly do crazy shit and continue to generate court orders from the other side where they're like, hey, Your Honor, I'd like to direct your attention to him violating your court order. Your Honor, I'd like to direct your attention to him violating your order again. Yes, they'll do that like infinitely because it makes you look really bad. Of course they will.
Yes, there's not really. I think at some point you can push for, what, like a Rule 12?
Oh, God, I should do the Chank thing. Dude, my voice has been kind of going, but of course! Of course they'll do that!
Thing or something. But the... I mean, you're right. In civil court, you can spam the docket as much as you want. I had a crazy woman e-stalk me last year, and it turned my life into a mini nightmare. It's sent from one of those girl groups like the app T.
Oh, wait. Yeah, hold on. I think he actually... Doesn't he go and read his Kiwi Farms thread in like 2 seconds? I could... Oh, he's not done. He's not done reading about this stuff at all. He just said he was done, and that was pretty much it. But it looks like he actually does go on for quite a bit longer, so...
It was total BS, but when men are being accused of anything by women, the burden to defend yourself... But keep in mind, I'm not even being accused of anything by a woman at all right now, right? This might be the first... Well, actually, I don't know. This is the first time that somebody's tried to cancel somebody for somebody's alleged age when the victim isn't even making any of the accusations. It's just fucking... It's just other third parties. Jesus. I don't know. I don't agree with all your BS, but you're not some beacon of morality for me or anything. These people judging us arguing nonstop are living in deluded reality where they find the person they're desperately missing. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even care. Listen, you want to judge me for whatever bullshit, that's fine. But it's just like the idea that... The idea that like I'm some like pedophile seeker of like the whole Anna drama was probably some of the most infamous woman drama on stream, and she's like my age.
Guys, the idea that I'm like a pedophile is totally crazy. I fucked a woman of age. I would say that most of the women I've fucked have been of age. Cue the clip, okay? Cue the clip from that four-person, five-person panel with him, Haas, and like all the women, where he's like, actually, most people who rape kids aren't even pedophiles. Cue that clip, okay? Cue that clip. I need that clip. Can we cue that clip up? Where's that clip? Someone get the clip, okay? Someone get the clip. It's somewhere. Hold on. I think it's in one of my threads here. Give me a second. Give me a sec. Is it not here somewhere? I feel like I just had it sitting here. Ah, fuck, it's not here. If anyone knows where that clip is, though.
So, what are you gonna do? One must imagine Destiny happy. True. I love pushing the boulder up the hill.
God, we've still got so much content today. I can't believe we did 3 hours on just this fucking retarded stream. Jesus. I'm a master milker, okay? I should work on a dairy farm. I just milk the shit out of this content. Don't read too deep into that comment.
I don't know anything about this man, but he once decided he wanted to debate me, and I was harassed by his fans for months. While I said, who is that? What is happening? Who is this? Did we harass this person for months? Did I miss the email on that, guys? On the brigade list? Wow, Beb, thanks for 20 gifted subs.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward to wherever he starts reading some shit.
I basically did with my report.
Hold on.
With my Friday afternoon coffee, okay, with my local FBI field office agents.
Oh, right, he's meeting about this stuff again.
Where they go through the weekly reports on
Cool.
off because people are spam calling.
We should keep memeing. All right. Oh, this is where he says the thing about Dan. Hold on.
Why is Dan backing off? Because people are spam calling his fucking wife's workplace and harassing his family. Yeah. But hey, listen.
That's the only reason? It really had nothing. I just figured Dan probably would have been like kind of grossed out by you starting a group chat and sending artifacts from CSAM. Purported CSAM, but CSAM. Very likely, okay, to multiple people in that group chat. I just assumed Dan had some like heat for that, but maybe not. Maybe Dan was totally cool with that. It's weird for Destiny to say that, but...
Good times. But that's okay. We take a deep breath. Oh no. Do you think audiences like H3s are more toxic? Do female-heavy audiences have more of a propensity to be retarded? No, like I've said a million times, I think the H3's audience is like significantly more normal than any audience over here in the political streaming world. Just at least based on the little bit that I've said. I think I'm really far outside of my comfort zone, okay? Because I don't dabble in these communities too much. But from like, I don't even want to associate them with like femcelly stuff. But like, if you go to like femcel heavy audiences, and that doesn't mean just female heavy audiences. So like H3s might be majority female, but that doesn't just mean like women heavy audiences, but like women that do like a lot of gossip or whatever. There's a certain like attitude where it's so weird and hard to explain, but it'll be like a bunch of like relatively modern feminist like adjacent women, but they have the most sexist attacks towards women that they don't like. Like that's usually how I can tell like the fem.
So this is just feeding way more into the stuff we talked about earlier, where he's trying to basically turn Ethan's snark narrative against his own community, right? He's trying to drive a wedge between a lot of Ethan's community. He's going, oh, Ethan just read from my like snark pages. Ethan's just like a snarker for me, right? He's just trying to, but that audience is too smart and they're too cool and they're too awesome to ever be fooled by just like snark like that. Unsourced snark, okay? Excuse me, that's kind of gross, isn't it? It's just very transparent, it's very obvious.
Selly audiences. So it would be like, imagine going into some place and every woman is like, oh, like, this is why like her last two boyfriends fucking ditched her and why she probably got cheated on. And this girl is, 35. Obviously she's not married. You can tell that she feels real bad, blah, blah. Like or like stuff, it'll be stuff where I'm reading. It's like, okay, this is like a women femcel audience. I've never seen that from H3's audience. I don't know if they ever the perk.
And it will work. I don't think it'll work, actually. I don't think it'll work because, unfortunately, eventually the evidence always comes out, okay? The evidence that Ethan was, like, abusing his kids or his kids were, like, in a bad situation, it's not very strong, okay? The jokes about the Giardian stuff, that's not very strong. The evidence for this is, like, it's way stronger, and it's a way worse allegation. Well, not if you took the CPS calls stuff, like the Giardia stuff, to its, like, maximum, but I don't know, man. No. Even with that, Neosick, I know what you're talking about. I'm saying even with that, it's still crazy to call CPS for that. I'm sorry, it is. Still crazy to call CPS in that situation. But this one's got actual legs, okay?
I've never have any idea of that. But from my impression, it seems like.
How much do you think it frustrates Destiny that the output he gets from DGG chat continues to degrade, and he's watching his most important resource deteriorate? Hard to say. But yes, that is the most important resource. That is where everything comes from, okay? That community was like gold for him. They dig for him all the time. They put together documents for him. They email him about like what he should say, how to look smart on certain issues, and it was his biggest resource. And as that dwindles, his own rhetoric dwindles significantly, right? Like, this guy's been relying on them for a long time. I'm sure it frustrates him massively, but he also might have enough of an ego that he doesn't really see it as much. I'm not totally sure.
The HBO audience is significantly more normal, and I mean that in a good way, than all of the politics audiences. But again, like I stress, the annoying thing is that politics already draws like a more politics already draws a more toxic audience. But the way that like people like now Hassan have just amplified it up to 100 in terms of the weird, gross, like personal attacks and digging, because yeah, it is.
Oh, check stream chat for that clip. Okay, give me a second.
Has made it, I think, significantly worse. Yeah, or I shouldn't even say worse.
What about Hassan? Blame it on Hassan. Every time, right? Every time. How many times can you what about to Hassan? Oh, this is another great point, dude. I can't believe Destiny goes, I can't believe Hassan's reading my Kiwi Farms page. Bro, you read r/Destiny. That is Hassan's Kiwi Farms page, okay? I don't know if you realize this. Destiny's community is Hassan's snark community. All right? Yes, that is the community that unhingedly follows Hassan, puts all of the shit about Hassan in there. Yes, you just run that community. You're just mad that Hassan is like actually matching energy. That's what you're mad about.
Worse, maybe. It's made it significantly different, basically. Yeah. At Destiny, Ethan's crew is literally just soy. It's fine, but they are the softest, soyest group of people. It literally spills through the screen. Like, I don't think
Guys, I'm just gonna show so much charity to everybody right now. Oh my god, like, you can say they're soy, but like, dude, they're not like internet warriors. They're like just normal people. They're like regular guys. So calling them soy, I mean, you know, I know people in that audience really like individual members of that crew, so I'm going to kind of give them like a blanket amnesty from my community right now. I don't want you guys to attack them. I don't really want anyone to attack them because I'm hoping to attract a whole bunch of that audience, okay? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to just grant a bunch of fake charity to these people that I don't actually believe in. Remember when I said AB was a totally cucked loser like 30 minutes ago? Remember when I talked like shit about AB and how he was like total cuck and like, oh, Hassan's just going to keep going after him? Do you remember that? Well, actually, I'm changing that up now, and I want this to get clipped, and we're going to put it on Twitter, and we're going to pretend that this is all I said about them, okay? We're going to pretend that that's all I did here.
saying that Ethan's crew is soy is like being a bodybuilder and then going to watch a movie and saying like, God, these actors all seem so weak. Like, I bet these guys couldn't even bench a plate. I bet this guy couldn't do 10 pull-ups. I bet this guy, it's just not the way to evaluate them or judge them. Like, Ethan's crew is not supposed to be there, or none of the people involved with the podcast are supposed to either be like hardcore, like debater, fucking, I'm the debater archetype, I'm gonna fucking crush everything. Like, they're there to cover kind of like pop culture news events, stuff going on in the YouTube world, and to like have fun and have a good time.
How does this, can someone find the timestamp for like the AB segment just a little while ago where he says like, where he just totally dumps on AB for not standing up against Hassan?
I understand that you guys like to project like the craziness of my world or the stream or whatever onto like every other environment, but believe it or not, other environments and other podcasts are like have a significantly different demeanor, you know? Yeah. And that's okay. It's okay that other podcasts are different. That's okay. What is this? I'm gonna cringe listening to this. You're covering for people who shouldn't for personal gain. Remember when AB said that DGG hacked his account? Yeah, you know what? I am, and I'm gonna regret it in the future. I don't care, okay? I rewatched the Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. No, The Dark Knight last.
Dude, really? Guys, I rewatched the movie and I realized I'm just like Batman. I just realized that I am basically Batman, you know? Lesser known part of the DC comic book universe is the Batman pedophile arc, okay? Batman fucked a 17-year-old, sorry, Batman sexted with a 17-year-old, okay? It's brand new, it's really edgy, it's out there, and that's my favorite Batman arc. And you could be like Batman too. You just support me no matter what.
Last night, okay? And that's okay, all right? I will just...
When are you
Hunt me.
doing the debate kid from TikTok lining up for prep? Yeah, I thought we could do some fun content around it, considering that apparently Charlie Kirk is like very scared of Dean, the TikTok liberal Spider-Man.
Batman did get Batgirl pregnant? No way. That really happened. But there's some part here where he starts reading some fucking post. Did I miss that? No, it's over here. Okay, hold on.
And Dean himself, and so I you know, I might do a little collabo with him. This one popped off. Oh shit, let's go. Okay, Hasanabi After Dark, let's go. King is running for U.S. Senate, anti-Zion. When are you and the debate kid from TikTok lining up for prep? Yeah, I thought we could do some fun content around it, considering that apparently Charlie Kirk is like very scared of Dean.
How do you think that feels when Hassan is like, Kirk is like, oh, I'll debate you, Hassan, no problem. But Dean, ooh, that's too much for me. When Dean is like 20 years younger than this guy. Yikes. Yikes. I don't think you're familiar with the H3 podcast. They cover a lot of heavy and complicated topics. It's not fun and games. Yeah, sure. I'm not trying.
Dude, did you guys know that Hassan's like not really a good debater? Do you guys know that? Do you guys know Hassan's like not that good a debater actually? Yeah, Destiny, we did know that. Hassan talks about that. Everybody talks about that. Hassan's not that good a debater. Kind of sad that you handed him like every W possible over the past 6 to 10 months. Kind of sad that you could have totally owned this guy. You could have totally had him by the scruff of his neck. You could have totally had him ruined, right? And you just gave him every opportunity to take free W's from you. I'll remind you guys, all he had to do was be like a little reasonable with Pixie, and there's every chance that none of this stuff comes out at all, right? If he's just reasonable with Pixie from the beginning, if he doesn't decide that he's gonna ego Pixie for no fucking reason, he just like offers her some reasonable amount of money and walks off into the sunset, keeps doing his thing. I feel like there's a chance nothing else comes out. Yeah, like, there's just no reevaluation of what's happened, right? How many times his ego's totally fucked him through this whole thing, right? This Blav guy on Kiwi Farms, he thinks I'm a loser and like molested as a kid. Well, guess what, Blav? Here's like pictures of Rose. Why don't you try to find her? You're like retarded and on disability. 3 months later, that guy finds her with those photos. It's like, I can't believe you guys are looking at information from Kiwi Farms right now. That's really disgusting. Yeah, our conduct is the thing that's disgusting here, for sure.
I'm trying to say that it's all jokes, sort of, but I'm saying that the mood is significantly lighter. At least that's my impression. I could be wrong. I don't watch anything. I don't watch any online content. I'm going to be honest. I'm the anti-consumer. I hate watching everything. I can't watch.
Can someone watch time this guy right now? We get some watch times on this guy. Like, I'm sorry. You know what he's saying, right? He has watched more of my content than anyone else's. That's just facts, okay? We all know that's true. He constantly references it. He constantly references it. He constantly has to talk about it in his chat. He's posted clips. He gets mad about timestamps and clips all the time. He's just a big fan. He's just calling your content serious content? I guess so. 3
Streams,
hours, 5 minutes?
I can't listen to.
That, by the way, that only starts counting if they type in chat. So, it doesn't count all the lurking time.
Podcasts, all right? I hate consuming all online content. Even when I was a pro gamer, I hated watching pro games. I just wanted to go and play games. I didn't even like sitting there watching it. So I'm sure I know they do cover serious stuff occasionally, but what is this? Ethan throws it back to the time he exposed Vosh and Destiny defended him. Lots of folks dying on Lolly Hill today. I'm reminded of when...
Ooh. Now, to this one, I just want to see the Queeman reaction, okay? Oh no, Ethan's on the other side of this. Queeman will stand with Vosh, his boy Vosh, on this one, okay?
and the Vosh lolly shit happened. Destiny defended Vosh, and I remember exactly what
This
he
did
said.
happen, yes.
Because I thought it was so
This happened exactly like this. Yeah, this happened exactly like this.
outrageous. He said, "How old is the girl in the drawing?" You mean how old is the drawing? It's a fucking drawing. Who cares? True. I'm sure you've got the. Where's the greatest hits? I don't care. All right.
Guys, I don't care, okay? I just spent an hour talking about this. I don't care. I'm done. I'll never reference it again. I'm on to my legal cases. When my legal cases are finished in 2 years, in 3 years, in 10 years, you guys, I'll totally tell you guys what happened here, okay? Like, just message me in like 10 years and I'll tell you what was actually going on here. It'll be crazy, okay? Or we could wait, 90 seconds and get the next piece of, like, drama content from this guy.
Chances on Charlie Cook. Cook. I just read
Nope. Soapbox, you actually heard that exactly incorrect. He says, I could steelman this and help Vosh, but I see no reason to. And then he steelmanned it to help Vosh. You just didn't remember the rest of it. Literally, the next, 30 seconds of that clip is him saying, it's just a drawing, who cares? I don't think they're separated by more than 30 seconds.
Is Destiny Cook. Chance on Charlie Kirk debating it. Charlie Kirk will never willingly debate me, which is a smart decision from him.
Are you serious? Bro, are you serious? Bro, I'm not even gonna say the N-word, you fucking black guy!
This has to be fake, right? It's 100% fake. I think employee got big customer service industry and the employment industry would be permanent off back. I just don't feel like that I have to. There's a piece of advice I give to everybody, and you just have to remember this piece of advice, and I have to remember it, and sometimes even I forget. Is that sometimes shit is crazy. It resolves in a few days or in a couple weeks. Just depends on what it is. There's a reason why I've outlasted all of my critics. And I think significantly compromising what I do or who I am to start going hard on people and then losing whatever charitability
Ooh, I told you guys this was going to be a rage bait stream. I said it was going to be a rage bait stream. This is just him. This is him speaking directly to me, I think. Unironically. Right? He is just saying the opposite of what reality is right here. I don't know,
and I think significantly compromise. It resolves in a few days or in a couple weeks. Just depends on what it is. There's a reason why I've outlasted all of my critics.
It's like somebody who keeps stabbing you in the back with a pencil, and they're like, guys, the most fucked up thing, okay, there's a reason that I'm so well respected around these parts, around this classroom, okay? It's because I've never stabbed somebody with a pencil before. I would never do anything like that. It's absolutely disgusting the way other people stab others with pencils. I don't do that shit, okay? This is unironically what he's doing here, and it's honestly, it can't even get me upset. It's just funny, okay?
And I think significantly compromising what I do or who I am to start going hard on people and then losing whatever charitability I guess I provide for people. It's not good. I don't want to turn into that.
Wouldn't want to turn guys. We never want to compromise our beliefs to go hard on people. We never want to compromise what we believe, our principles, to go hard on people. Change who we are and not give them the charity that we. The principle that information is information and pulling it from Kiwi Farms doesn't change it. What information exactly? Who believes this anymore? Dude, there's no way anyone could believe this. Dude, what about the whole principle of I need to watch clips. Guys, the best way to know a creator's lying is when they won't pull up any clips to actually fight back against the exact quotes. They won't even show the other creator. They'll just summarize their position. What happened to that? I don't stream in 30-second segments. Yeah, what happened to all these principles? They all went away. They all flew away.
I just have to, I internalize that and it means something to me and it's not something for other people. So when people ask me how are you charitable to people, even if they're get weird or backstab you or do the Ethan Snarker shit, the reason is because there is a personal payoff for me to act in accordance with those beliefs And it's not about necessarily getting any type of mutual grace or charity in return.
It's you intentionally trying to farm their audience to show that you're the bigger person. Fortunately, you also just were revealed to have been sexting. Dude, like the sexting thing with the minor is already bad, right? That's already bad. Maybe there's a chance you could come back. Maybe there's some universe where maybe that happens. I don't know. I hope not, but like maybe almost. But like, dude, we just found out you just confessed to creating a group chat to try to find that same minor, and that you sent screenshots, artifacts of the pornography taken when she was a teenager. Sorry, she would have been a teenager either way. When she was a minor, you sent those artifacts to that same group chat, implicating all of these other people. Implicating, by the way, like everybody who didn't. And you, by the way, you did this when there was every reason to believe that there would be holds on your Discord data. That's how bad the decision making was. No, I'm not even approaching this from like a moral place. If you know that you're about to have lawsuits coming that say, hey, Discord, you need to retain this guy's logs, and then you start a group chat. You start a group chat where you start sending possible CSAM. What could possibly compel you to do this? To make these decisions? Like, just think about that. He got threatened, okay? Or sorry, he had these leaks coming. There was every reason to believe he could be getting sued. There was every reason to believe the solo guy had said she was a minor. There's every reason to believe that law enforcement could end up looking at his Discord shit. And he still started a group chat to try to find her. That's insane. He admitted to this on stream. He's a white hat pedo investigator. You guys don't understand. Dude, it's baffling.
Like, that's just, yeah, there has to be like a personal payoff. Somebody messaged me the other day. I don't even remember this. Like when Chud Logic was full on sexting some minor chick who lied about her age. And I had, yeah, I remember, yeah, Jesus. Yeah. But I think when I put my neck out in those situations, I'm not putting my neck out for some kind of pay.
Okay. So apparently, yes, he's going to bring up the Chud situation. Chud did get lied to about this person's age, right? Chud did get lied to about this person's age. I don't know if if Chud received CSAM. I'm pretty sure. I feel like there's a no way there. I feel like that didn't happen, okay? But in addition, I'm pretty sure he didn't also retransmit that same CSAM. I'm pretty sure. I think I would have heard about that, okay? Did Chud sext? I think there was stuff that was like flirting. It got inappropriate, okay? It got inappropriate, I think. But here's the thing, I haven't looked deeply into it. I think he talked about penetrating their shyness, okay? Penetrating their shyness. And there's some stuff, okay? There's some stuff there. It was a little weird. It got a little weird. But it's not the same. And to try to equate these things is a little crazy. In my opinion, it is gross. I do believe he thinks that he should be, he doesn't mind when people make fun of him for it, as far as I know. But it was gross, and it was what it was, okay?
Payback, or for some kind of like reciprocity or loyalness or whatever. It's just it's probably a good thing to do, yeah.
J-Stock, did you know 95% of men have sexted a minor as an adult? I didn't know that. Wow, that kind of makes what Destiny did seem kind of okay, given that totally real fact that exists. Wow, I didn't know that.